Today's stream comes with a preemptive warning of I don't know what's going to happen. There might be stuff in here that's unsuitable for people that might make them upset and offended. I don't know. I honestly don't know. We will soon see, though. Wait a minute. I put the game in. How dare they? How very dare it? I put the game in. Right. Let's do this. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome on in. Welcome on into a trying to be calm lot. Yeah, stupid people, twisting words I said, and making me sound like a dick. Is the order of the day today, it feels like. Good job I had a nurse who knows exactly what exactly what I'm like, doesn't it? He questioned it and decided to speak to me directly. And is this what you said? I don't believe it. But yeah, that's kind of the gist of things. But how are you guys? Let us start. Let us be nice. Let us have a good time now. Let's move on from my shitty morning. And I will say this: we are playing the beginning of Deadly Premonition 2. Now, I don't know how it's going to be. Is it going to be as batshit crazy as number one? Probably. Very probably. Is there going to be things in here that may cause offence? I can't say. So let's just say they may be. Yeah? Let's just say that. But it has an autosave function. And why? Ah, there we go. So, Deadly Premonition 2. Let's start the new game. Wait a minute, is that those red seeds again? A small town outside New Orleans, La Carré. Okay then. 88 hours later.
God damn it. What a way to start the new year. At this rate, I'll be dead by Easter.
Quiet down, Agent Jones. You're on the clock.
Quiet down? Ha! You have any idea what you've done? I'd be half naked in Havana right now if you hadn't shown up. Soaking up some rays, surrounded by a harem of bikini queens, a mojito in one hand, and a seafood-slathered Havana-style pizza in the other. What did I do to deserve this?
Agent Jones, don't let him take control of the conversation. The moment you let your guard down, he'll strike.
It's like Chris Sly.
And no red, remember?
It's open. Come on in. You have questions for us. That's why you're here, isn't it?
Wow, look who's returned. Most pointless shot
Mr.
ever.
Morgan, before we question you, allow me to first read you your rights. Anything you say may be used against you in a court of law. Please keep that in mind as you speak. Do we have permission to film this?
Don't worry, my fairy. They're free to do whatever they like.
Something wrong, Mr. Morgan? I'm FBI Special Agent Aaliyah Davis, and this is...
Simon Jones. An analyst from the Boston branch. He's been monitoring us for years now.
Oh, hi.
Simon Jones.
Seriously.
A Southern belle and a lonesome loser who can't catch a break. Quite the uncanny duo. You'd be the perfect stars for the latest video game. Isn't that right, my fairy? How many years has it been since someone came to chat with us? Oh, but don't ask me about my fairy. That's a private matter.
It's hard to tell what he's thinking, but my eyes can't be deceived. If he's hiding something, it'll come out in his face.
So I didn't realise I had to press that bit there. I thought it was still going itself.
This smell. It doesn't surprise me at this point, but it'll be problematic in court if they decide his testimony is unreliable. I won't get another chance to talk to him face to face like this. I need to get him to stop smoking that for a bit. Francis Zach Morgan. He was once an FBI special agent, an extremely talented one. At least that's what they tell me. Perhaps he was a little too talented.
Right, how can you be a little too talented?
Letters of appreciation from the governor and the Department of Justice. They're caked in dust as if he doesn't even care about them.
Hey, Belle. Why are you dressed so handsomely?
That's
What are you
recontrol the
talking about?
track.
The thick black accessory wrapped around your neck. That's a male necktie.
Okay, TV, stop it.
The color black represents confidence and interest in the self. And your decision to wear a male tie symbolizes your declaration of war against a predominantly male society. Or perhaps it's a psychological barrier meant to hide the weakness that dwells deep within your psyche. We admire your bravery.
I thought you retired from profiling.
Hey, how you doing, Michael? You had a premonition I'd be streaming this.
Bullseye, huh? You're an easy one to read.
In order to think with society.
What is wrong with my TV today? Apart from being annoyed at Chinese whispers at the hospital from what I apparently said or didn't say, I'm fine.
A man must first gouge out his eyes and cut off his ears. Don't judge a book by its cover. For someone who's supposed to have been one of our best, you've got an awful eye for people. Or did all that smoke and kill all your little gray cells?
Okay, Aaliyah, that's enough.
Have we got guest starring Chris Slate above me? Look.
She's smart, but she's also more of a shrew than she lets on.
Yeah, someone from the therapy team in the hospital tried claiming I didn't want Mum to come back. It's
Agent
like,
Jones.
how dare they?
That's sexual harassment.
So, Belle, does that barrier of yours also protect you from violent criminals?
Yeah, it is. It's absolutely disgusting behaviour.
He's more dangerous than I thought. I can't read him.
Good job the nurse who phoned me about it, has had conversations with me before and has dealt with Mum before, and they're like, that's not something he would say. So she phoned me up to clarify what I said, so, you know.
I'll just have to assault him head-on with questions then. First, I'll try using the files on the table to shake him up. These files are from the case that took place just outside of New Orleans in 2005. And now he's sitting right in front of me.
I don't know what that second bit was.
These files are from the case that took place just outside of New Orleans in 2005. The agent who handled the case was Francis Zach Morgan.
York Morgan, thank you.
And now he's sitting right in front of me.
Yeah, they must have got twisted what I said. I said I wanted Mum to come out fully healthy so she didn't come back in within a week, you know.
An ornate antique chessboard.
And I didn't want to speak to Mum on the phone while she was in delirium because it's distressing.
Looks like he stopped halfway through the game. But who was playing with him?
Fairy was.
Stage 4 progressive malignant tumor. How do humans behave when they know death is just around the corner?
I can tell you that. I can tell you that, Elia. A sort of resignation. Once you're prepared for it, it's just do it.
And what if that human is also a high-functioning sociopath? That chessboard looks rather old. And you can't even buy those ivory pieces anymore.
Right. They were banned by the CITES Treaty.
That was made in France in the 1900s.
Yeah, poor Zach.
We know it's in bad taste. But the weight of the ivory just feels so good in our hands.
Hey, if you bought it beforehand.
You play chess alone?
Is that a crime?
No. But it's a hard game to enjoy when you're all by yourself.
He's probably just replicating famous games.
No, Simon. He's playing with Fairy.
Or trying to solve problems from a chess workbook. Right, Morgan? I may not look it, but I'm actually a bit of a chess nut myself.
And also hark back to the first game when he was playing with, what's his face? Usher.
When I was in school, I used to pore over every issue of Chess Life, the magazine published by the U.S. Chess Federation.
Is that the same voice actor? It is. It is indeed.
Well, unfortunately, your guess is completely wrong, Agent Jones. He isn't replicating a famous game, nor is he solving workbook problems.
He's playing with himself.
There isn't a single chess book to be found in this apartment. And I didn't find any chess-related websites in his internet history. He was simply playing chess, all alone.
So, what's wrong with that, Belle?
I don't understand it. How could a single human being seriously play as both sides?
You just publicly confessed to stealing personal data.
Yep.
Seems like that's a much bigger problem.
Oh no, everything was done in a perfectly legal manner. We simply happened to intercept a Handful of data being sent out from an unknown origin.
Ooh, now she's really trying to scare us. Did you hear that, my fairy? Serious nightmare fuel.
Is his fairy now Emily, or is he still talking to York? It can use visions to acquire important hints that will help you proceed through the game. Use that, right, okay.
These files are from the case that took place just outside of New Orleans in 2005. The agent who handled it, now he's
I mean, that's all nice and everything, but it doesn't actually...
Stage 4 progressive malignant. How do and what if...
What is wrong with my TV today? It keeps turning itself on and off. 1 second, everybody. There is stuff. There we go.
Do you remember the homicides that took place in Le Carre, Louisiana in 2005?
Right, well, York was the other side, the other personality of Zack, that at the end of the game, end of Deadly Premonition 1, spoilers if you haven't played it, by the way, who went off with Emily when Emily was killed by that demon, Cason demon. He was originally Zack when that Cason demon was killing his mum, and his dad was actually pointing a gun at her to try and, you know, sort things out what he saw, and York came into being from that traumatic experience.
We solved that case.
Your report states the following. By coincidence, you encountered a serious incident in a town you visited while on vacation. You then decided to steal the right to investigate from the local law enforcement and took over the case. After several more homicides, you managed to apprehend the perpetrator.
Yep.
Yes. Yes. Yes, that's exactly what happened. We stole the right to investigate from them, just as you said.
It all started when the body of a 16-year-old girl was discovered. You arrived in Le Carre immediately after that, didn't you?
Oh, this is different from Greenvale.
We just can't seem to keep ourselves away from dead girls.
Maybe not say that way, Francis. That sounded weird and wrong.
Did you really visit that town just to take a vacation?
We don't know. If you already have the report, then we suggest you read it, Belle. Either way, that case is closed.
Closed? You sure about that? Don't you think this puzzle is still missing some crucial pieces?
Right, there's a line.
Come on. No need to beat around the bush with us, Belle.
They found Lise Clarkson's body.
Yeah, butchered. In a block of ice.
It was hidden deep within the Clarkson Food Delivery Services cold storage warehouse.
After 14 years, we finally discovered the body of the very first victim. Do you know what this means?
Yeah, it is.
That's why we're here. The first victim in the case he solved, Lise Clarkson. This is a photograph of what she looks like now. How will he react when he sees it? The body that went missing for 14 years was suddenly discovered frozen in a warehouse. This is some kind of message from the victim to us.
We're pleased that her body turned up. Deeply pleased.
You claim to have closed this case, but now a lost body suddenly surfaced. Aren't you curious about the details?
So are we going to be playing as Francis Zach Morgan in this? And this is just like the prelogue epilogue bit where they're going over the case.
Body or not, we already solved that case. Lisa's body can't change anything now. And it certainly has nothing to do with us.
I suspect the body was stored there rather than abandoned, due to the unnatural state it was found in. She was found frozen in a storage unit. Therefore, she looks exactly the same as she did when she disappeared. In fact, she's in such good condition that we can even determine the murder weapon and cause of death.
Been butchered, you know, that would be it.
Good for you.
Even stranger is how unbelievably beautiful she looks. At first glance, few would guess she was a murder victim at all. She looks more like a piece of art, or a mythological figure from a painting.
This keeps getting better and better.
Better and better?
Isn't that right, my fairy? A corpse as beautiful as a goddess. Sounds just like our story. Yes. Yeah.
That went okay. Now I'm sure that Morgan's hiding something. I may be able to get what I want if we go deeper into the documents. The person who originally admitted this report was his superior, Robert Abrahams, current chief of the Boston branch. According to Chief Abrahams, Morgan's got his own modus operandi. It's not something that others should interfere with.
Yeah, get him some coffee and some milk.
Well, Chief, look what that's gotten us into now. He didn't so much as twitch when he saw the picture of the body. He's even tougher than the rumors made him out to be. But I was prepared for that. And if my hunch is right, he's deeply intertwined with this case. Far deeper than what my superiors think. A halfway finished chess game. I think he was playing both sides by himself. If it was merely for entertainment, it wouldn't be a problem. But I know that every action he takes has its own special purpose. Especially now that his remaining time is limited. You may be wondering why we decided to unearth all these old files.
Why, yes, I am.
Everything happens for a reason.
The moment Lise Clarkson's body was found, we did the best we could to start our own local investigation. But there wasn't much we could actually investigate due to the damage caused by the hurricane.
Then we assume you also questioned everyone who worked in the warehouse.
Of course. We questioned all the Clarkson Food Delivery Services employees who staffed the warehouse and its owner. But we still have yet to obtain any key testimonies.
Par for the course with a 14-year-old case, if you ask me.
Not to mention how bad the timing was. Most of the employees were on vacation.
So, you gave up on the investigation and came to see us instead. Remember what happened, my fairy? That warehouse. That man. So incoherent. Such a pain.
Hey, are you talking about the guy who managed the vault where Lisa's body was found? Yeah, I think he started working there in 2005. Remember, Aaliyah? You said he was a pain to deal with, too.
So I'm just letting the game cook itself, you know. Taking in the story.
A large man, yes? No need to answer. If you don't want to. I'm sure you've already put him under surveillance. Textbook FBI protocol.
So it's been over half an hour. For this one scene.
The person who originally admitted this current chief, Morgan's, well, look what that's gotten us.
It was Hideo Kojima. You might be right.
A halfway finished chess game. I think if it was, but I know, especially.
Isn't there someone else you should have talked to before coming to us?
We were unable to reach Patricia Clarkson.
What about Jeremy?
You look surprised. I thought you already knew. After all, you visited Louisiana last week. We assumed you met with her during your time there.
We haven't been to Louisiana. Not in 14 years.
Is that so?
We've been right here in our apartment this entire time. That man is our witness. Aren't you, Simon?
He's right. He didn't even take a single step outside on Christmas Eve.
I think the milk as well.
Which means that I didn't get to either.
Are you positive about that? I took the liberty of checking some airline records. Last Friday, the name Billy Bishop was listed on a morning flight out of Boston.
Bashing the Billy Bishop?
This is the fake name you used to use as an agent, isn't it?
A mere coincidence.
Yet that's not all. That evening on the same day, a man with a large scar on his forehead allegedly purchased an '89 Cadillac from a small used car lot in Le Carré. He reportedly said he wanted something old, big, and strong. The owner of the car lot felt it was a strange order, so it stuck in his mind.
Our world is filled with mysteries. And they always have the most bizarre timing.
Incidentally, on the following day, an identical Cadillac was taken to a scrapyard in Trenton. Trenton, New Jersey.
You can find that type of car anywhere. Isn't that right, my fairy?
Morgan's right. Everything happens for a reason. Even this messy room. There must be a reason for it. Especially when it comes to those strangely tidy spots. They're practically begging me to question them.
The pile of duvd.
DVDs are all over the place.
Alright, yeah.
I know that he's a shut-in, but this still seems like way too many for one person. And I've never heard of any of these titles before.
Look, Big Bertha Bouncies, right? Okay, that's specialist material for him, and you should not judge him for it, alright?
This room's a total mess, but certain spots look perfectly clean. Is it just a coincidence? No. There are no coincidences with this man.
Yankee did.
Mr. Morgan. I found several spots in this room that look strangely clean. Did you tidy up a bit because you knew we were coming?
Those are sanctuaries. They've existed from the start.
Sanctuaries.
That's right. Sacred places.
Yeah, exactly. We don't want those type of best viewers.
Hovels for pure souls, if you will.
Were there originally objects in those hovels? Something you didn't want us to see?
The soul's still there. We haven't touched a thing. But we know you can't see anything. Hey, Simon. Don't touch the sanctuary.
Sorry.
That's a sanctuary. Don't ever touch it again. You've been watching us for 4.5 years, and you couldn't even figure that much out?
My bad. It's my first time actually coming inside, you know.
No comment.
You're earning far more than you deserve, then. What were you doing all day in that black Suburban? We thought wiretapping was your specialty. Don't tell me. Crossword puzzles. What do you think, my fairy? 4.5 years. All that time, and what does he have to show for it?
Crossword puzzles? No way. Come on, I thought you knew. I'm a Sudoku guy.
Agent Jones.
Oh, right.
He's completely taken control of the conversation.
Huh.
At this rate, we'll never get anywhere.
Do we think we'll go to 4 hour in this room?
I need to press him some more. Agent Jones. The briefcase isn't even that big. How long does he intend to keep that up? Does he have pizza menus stuffed inside there or something? Agent Jones? Did you find the files?
Agent Jones.
Mr. Morgan, do you recognize these files?
Mr. Anderson.
Whoa! Ow!
We told you. That's a sanctuary.
Let him go! Assaulting an FBI agent is an obstruction of
told you.
justice.
We told you. Go. Ah! Stay back. Stay back. Sanctuary. Down. Surrounded. Ah! 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 Yeah.
It's all kicking off now, isn't it? Yeah.
Mr. Morgan? I cut my finger with that can opener this morning. I thought I stopped the bleeding, but it seeped through. How could I be so stupid? Everything should be fine now. I'm sorry for being so careless. I made sure to read through your file and learn about your condition.
What? Doesn't like red?
The color red. Such an unusual thing to fear. Please, accept my deepest apologies.
I'm sorry too, Morgan. I don't know what I was thinking. I'll never touch one of your sanctuaries ever again. And no more red either.
Must have been from the car.
Don't ever touch one again. I told them not to. Why would they do that?
Probably.
Make them go away. Sanctuaries. Don't touch.
Ask if the club's fit.
Now, may we return to our discussion?
Don't worry. I won't let them touch you again.
Strangely enough, this man has a fear of the color red. And I believe that fear is connected to the Greenville case.
Well, yeah, of course it is, isn't it? Let's be honest. Heavy-duty shredder.
Soon after Agent Jones started monitoring him, he was ordered to go through Morgan's trash. But he didn't find anything. Morgan used this machine to cut up everything, from his mail to his supermarket receipts. Then he even went as far as taking out his trash in parts. Here's another empty space. What does the word sanctuary really mean to him?
We've got to have money.
Thank you, dudes. Yeah, thank you for the bit.
Hovels for pure souls. The files on the serial killings that shocked Washington State in 2010. Officially titled the Greenville case. I never thought I'd take out files from a case I first heard about on the news. Mr. Morgan, I'd like to ask you some questions about this case now.
We don't want to remember that town.
I'm sorry, but there's no way around this. I remember hearing about this case on the news when I was still a student. A high school girl named Anna Graham was murdered and the FBI stepped in to take over the case. I also remember it becoming a sprawled investigation due to evidence found in the victim's throat. Is that correct? After that case, you went on sick leave for 2 years. And when you returned, you requested to be switched over to desk work. What happened?
That's a private matter. None of your business, Bill.
Were you traumatized? It's a common problem with prolific agents such as yourself. But there's another possibility that may make more sense.
Here comes the accusation.
Perhaps you simply finished making preparations.
What are you getting at?
Thinking too much about something will always turn it into a problem. The Greenvale case. Don't you think it resembles the Luke Carre case?
Read the report. We have nothing else to say.
I just need one more push. One more thing that can summon up the past. A jar of honey with honeycomb inside it. There's nothing strange about it, but it still gives me a weird feeling.
Give you the Wiggins.
Looks like another old antique. He collects milk cartons but treats valuable antiques like trash. What's going on in his head? A picture of a leaf. This isn't just a picture of any leaf. It's the most important leaf. The belief in truth.
Oh dear.
Begins with the doubt of all truths in which one has previously believed. It's time to get down to business.
Bow, chicka, bow, 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 bow.
The silver clock in that trash pile. Is that an H5?
That's right. John Harrison's fifth chronometer. Completed in 1770. After many years, he completed it and presented it to the Board of Longitude in order to end their feud with him. That's only a replica, of course.
You like clocks?
Yeah, what else are you talking about? Belief.
Clocks are amazing. Prime fruit of the human race's intellect.
The song wasn't bad.
We took the invisible idea of time and manifested it in these.
Yeah, I love clocks too. Absolutely fascinating.
I disagree.
Oh? Why?
Time is valuable precisely because it can't be seen. Yet nowadays people can't tell what time it is unless it's measured in numbers. Talk about idiocy. I don't mean to side with the Board of Longitude, but remember, humans used to cross oceans with the stars alone.
Which during the day was quite hard.
We have our eyes to read moon charts and study the sky. We don't need clocks.
What if it's cloudy or storming?
All you need is courage and a love for adventure.
Hear that, my fairy? Courage and a love for adventure?
He'll be joining them soon.
Come on, Belle. Surely you know how many lives have been claimed by your pals' courage and adventure.
The Adventure Pals.
Hey, hold on a second here.
Yes, Chris. What can we do for you?
That Board of Longitude thing. What the heck is that?
Also, Simon Jones is the name of an actor.
I mean, I've heard of it before. I'm an FBI analyst, remember? I just sort of can't remember it right now. I know what it is, really.
Yeah, she really is.
I'm telling the truth. Come on, Aaliyah, back me up here. Aaliyah?
A jar of honey with honeycomb. There's nothing strange.
Again, why is it showing me the same stuff?
A picture of a leaf.
Yeah.
This
Okay.
isn't just a... The belief begins with
See?
the death
The belief in truth.
Mr. Morgan, please look at this.
Mr. Morgan.
What did we just say? We don't want to remember Greenvale.
Oh no, it's Greendale that was posted from Pat.
This isn't a photo from Greenvale. Look closely at it. Former Special Agent Francis Zach Morgan.
Or should we say Special Agent Francis York Morgan?
This photograph predates Greenvale. It's from the Lucare case you worked on in 2005.
Red. Red tree. Red tree.
Red rum, red rum.
Yes. A red tree. Greenvale wasn't the first place you saw one of these. The Greenvale case and the Lise Clarkson murder case. They're connected by these red trees, aren't they?
Red trees.
Answer me. What are these trees?
Red trees.
I want the truth. Tell me everything you know.
The red trees. You really did your homework. Well done, Belle. You're good. Damn good.
Are you ready to talk now? I want to know what went down in Le Carré in 2005.
Fine. We'll tell you.
I like the music again, and it feels more fitting.
We'll tell you what happened in that town. Yes. It was that red tree. That red tree ruined my life. It was a sultry summer day. The sun comes down hard on you in the south.
I beg your pardon.
Like a torrential downpour of demonic whispers. It all started back in that sweltering summer. We still had our best friend with us back then. The other me. My better half.
Never a choice. When somebody needs you, you can't turn away. You're their only lifeline, just a hero, a bullet for hire, working alone. Always avoid.
And it's trying to be very Bond,
A
isn't
cry
it?
in the darkness, an echo of pain that's been long forgotten, but it haunts me, my destiny, to be alone. There's a time when you see life for what it's gotta be. You should know they'll destroy you. They'll call to me to keep searching, walk alone.
Or True Blood. Yeah. I want to do bad things with you, Agent York Morgan. But people call you York.
Zach.
So auto saves, by the way, so we don't need to worry.
Zach.
Apparently. Hello.
Can you hear me, Zach?
Yeah, it was about an hour in, and we finally get the credits. And so. Hello.
There you are, Zach.
Hello.
Sleeping again? Well, rise and shine. It's time for us to head back out into the chaos. Isn't that right, Zach?
Well, see what they did there? They put a 2 as the L. Yeah. Buddy. Don't give her beads now.
Zach, it looks like she wants us to join her for breakfast. Perhaps this town's finally starting to warm up to us. Look at that, Zach. She's welcoming us with open arms.
I see they still haven't
She's even
sorted
willing
that.
to share that tasty morsel with us. What an honor.
Hurry up and chow down, mister. Unless you like your breakfast stale.
What an amazing place. I've been on top of the moon since the moment I got here. And the name of this wonderful town, Le Carre, sounds like French to me. But what does it mean?
I'm the chef, David. If you want to know about the town, you'd better ask the concierge. Only amateur chefs flap their gums about stuff that ain't food related.
Did you hear that, Zach? He's a true professional.
You say something, mister?
No, not to you. I was just talking to Zach.
Zach?
Please don't ask me about Zach. It's a private matter.
If you say so, still. Never thought the FBI would ever come out to a little old town like ours.
I do work for the FBI, but I didn't come here for an investigation. I just happened to stop by on my way to New Orleans.
Never thought there'd be a murder out here either. And it was a 16-year-old kid. Now I tell you, this country's seen better days.
No worries,
What you
Michael.
reckon,
Luck
mister?
away, matey.
Zach, he's definitely a professional, but it seems like he's also a bit lonesome. That's good. Ambivalence exists everywhere.
Lonesome.
Folks say the killer used an axe. Hell of an old-fashioned choice if you ask me.
Actually, Chef David, if you don't mind, I'd like to ask you a few questions about the incident.
But shoot, I ain't the one you ought to be asking, Mr. FBI. I only heard what I heard. But seeing as you're fixing to grill me, I can tell you what I know.
I mean, he'll probably still be on this by the time we
Please
get back,
do.
dude.
I appreciate it.
It's probably another hour.
You said the victim was a 16-year-old. Did you know her?
Well, sure. I reckon the whole town did.
Meaning?
She's Lise Clarkson, the little grandbaby of the Clarkson family.
The Clarkson family?
Yeah, the made shoes.
That's right. You ain't seen they sign on your way in here? The one above that huge cold storage complex. Should have had a dragonfly on it. Anyway, that's the Clarkson family seal. They own most of the land around here, from the sugar plantations right down to the food processing plant. Yeah, I reckon they got a stake in just about everything. They even own the water tower on the edge of town, you know. They're the ones who built up this town, and they still support it.
Where
What do
is
you
the
know about
Clarkson?
the Clarkson's house?
Now, I ain't got nothing bad to say, but I'm gonna talk straight to you. You best steer clear of that place.
So that's where we're going to go.
That family ain't just some gang. They're a whole different kind of beast. They folks with real power. Remnants of the good old boys who shaped America in the early days.
Oh dear, there's some. Oh no.
Especially the head of the family, P.J. Clarkson. He's the kind of monster who goes around eating other monsters. And I'm sure he's on edge now with his granddaughter getting murdered and all. So don't go barging in with that shiny FBI badge of yours and think you'll be safe or nothing. Things are different down here. So if you plan on sticking around, you best remember that.
I see. I'll keep that in mind. Is the local law enforcement investigating the case?
Shoot, mister, what you think? Now, I told you this ain't no city. We in the bonafide boondocks here. They got to know how to break up fights and keep folks from killing each other when they pissed you off. They sit down and talk it out with you heart to heart. And when that don't work, they just beat your ass. That's the deep south for you. This murder ain't like that, though. A little kid got killed. A weird way. Like something on a TV show. The sheriff's department ain't never seen nothing like this.
Live and Let Die, Angel Heart,
Oh, here comes the films. Here comes the films.
and The Pelican Brief. Right? 9 out of 10 people will name those titles when you ask them to think of a film set in New Orleans.
Yeah, true.
They're all excellent movies, but to me they lack realism.
The Heat of the Night.
Due to my line of work, I have a tendency to think deeply about what feels real and what doesn't.
What's your point?
Cat People. That's my point. Cat People, 1982, directed by Paul Schrader. The crowning achievement of Nastasia Kinski, the ultimate muse of the 80s.
He just loves that film.
The most vital element of that movie is the reality it depicts. Leopards who turn into humans have intercourse with humans and turn back into leopards. Then they can only turn back into humans again if they mutilate their lovers. I was awestruck by the sheer reality of it all. Understand? I'm talking about hyper-realism. After watching it, I felt like I just had to experience the world of Cat People for myself. That's why I decided to visit New Orleans.
Okay.
David, I would turn around and walk away now.
Another vital element of Cat People is the presence of Malcolm McDowell. Malcolm McDowell from Blue Thunder. Oh, talk about a masterpiece.
Deja vu.
Listen carefully, David. Only an amateur would call A Clockwork Orange his best movie. His best movies are Cat People and Blue Thunder. Period. You need to remember this, because it's the truth.
Whatever you say, mister. So, what's your point again?
Never mind, don't worry about it. I already covered all the important parts. When you say it was like something from a TV show, what exactly do you mean?
Hey, mister. Why do you look so excited, huh? Like a kid asking grandma to read him a fairy tale.
I just can't seem to keep myself away from young women who died in bizarre ways.
Stop saying that, Francis Morgan.
Well, I ain't seen it with my own eyes, but folks say they found the body hanging under a bridge on the bayou. And under that bridge, there was some kind of altar.
An altar?
Like something they use in black magic.
Yeah, voodoo.
Something horrible.
Voodoo?
Hoodoo. You do.
Nah. Wasn't nothing like that. Just a weird altar.
That's all?
Oh, and the body was all cut up in pieces. Scattered around the altar like.
So she was sacrificed.
That's what the fella who discovered her said, yeah.
Bingo, Zach. This case has got our names all over it.
By the way, Mr. FBI, I ain't seen a car in the parking lot. How'd you get all the way out here, huh? Don't tell me you walked.
Well, that's a very good question.
He's a skateboard.
Chef David, you've got a sharp eye. It's true that I didn't park my car in your parking lot.
Wait, he also isn't wearing his suit. Because if you noticed in the first game, he wore his suit to bed.
Do you know why?
Can't say I do.
Because it was stolen.
Huh? But you with the FBI, right?
Even FBI cars can be stolen. It could happen after you park your car on the side of the road and go off to do some legwork. When you're eating lunch, when you're watching a movie, when you're asleep at night, when you're buying cigarettes at the local supermarket. Your car can be stolen anywhere. That's precisely what it means to be an FBI agent. In my case, my car was stolen while I was on my way down here. But no need to worry. I already reported it to the local authorities. And I've also already acquired another mode of transportation.
Another mode?
Want to hear the details?
Not really. But I'll listen if you want me to.
Then please do. After I finished my work in Houston, I flew to New Orleans. Then, I rented a car at the airport. Whenever I visit the West Coast, I always rent a convertible, especially in California. But now I'm in hot and sticky Louisiana. So, I decided on a brand new hybrid car with a fully equipped air conditioning system.
A hybrid car?
Oh yes, they're marvelous. Vehicles that utterly defy everything you think you know about cars. Now, in the year 2005, it feels like we've finally entered the 21st century.
I can't believe this is set before number one.
Stomp down on the gas all you want. The engine won't make a sound.
It's silent?
At first, I felt like the landscape was moving past me on its own. Give it a few more years, and I'm sure we'll start seeing cars that run purely on electricity. Who knows? In a decade or so, electric sports cars may end up lining the parking lots of Silicon Valley. I can see it now. It's the world of The Last Starfighter. 1984, directed by Nick Castle.
Oh god, he's gone all gold dust on us again.
It's famous for being the first film to utilize realistic CG, but I couldn't care less about that. See, I was mesmerized by the beautifully refined mech designs. It even made me wish that I could be one of them myself, especially the Gunstar spacecraft. No other sci-fi movie has ever had.
So, where'd your hybrid car get stolen?
Sorry, I got off topic. I noticed it was missing after I finished my lunch and walked out of the diner. Incidentally, this diner was located at the entrance to a small town just south off the I-10. I went out to get back in it, but my hybrid car was nowhere to be found. I remembered exactly where I'd parked it, right between a blue pickup truck and a hedgerow. But when I came back from lunch, it had completely vanished. In short, someone stole it. And in its place, they left me this.
What?
A skateboard.
A skateboard?
Yes. While I was sliding my lunch into my stomach, someone was busy replacing my brand new hybrid car with a wooden board attached to 4 wheels. Remarkable, don't you think?
So then how did you get here?
By riding the skateboard, obviously. Why do you look so surprised?
No, I couldn't ride the board very well at first. But by the time I hit the 3-mile mark, I'd more or less gotten the hang of it. By the 10-mile mark, I'd even learned to do a few tricks. It was a journey of self-discovery. Not even I knew I had this latent talent sleeping inside me.
This summer's gonna be another hot one. It's supposed to get over 95 today. Watch out you don't go getting heat stroke.
The Lise Clarkson case needs us. Don't you think so, Zach? The cat people are what guided us to New Orleans. We should be thanking Malcolm McDowell. Once we get home, let's watch Blue Thunder again. I'm already looking forward to it. Aren't you, Zach? Zach. The searing light. These scents. It's the deep south. That was a fabulous breakfast. You're the world's greatest chef.
It looks like he hasn't even eaten any of it.
Wait, mister. You didn't take a single bite.
See?
Well, the tea was to die for. But I'd prefer coffee next time. What would a morning be without coffee?
Yeah, you missed the mode of transport that we have. Quests updated. Yeah. So what the hell, man? Freaking out the chef, you know. So let's go to room 203. I mean, it's not as weird so far as the first one, but there are still moments.
San Rouge.
Well, listen to what's back.
I've been chasing it all over America. But I feel like we're finally on the verge of finding something now. Don't you, Zach? I think it's about time we ordered a new briefcase. Yes, I know this one carries a lot of memories, but it's seen too much. This hole's from the shootout in Tucson. And this stain's from Miami. Miami. Now, that was a fascinating case.
Welcome
Billy,
to
our
Miami.
Herc, cut his own torso right in two. Even with the help of the drugs, a feat like that still requires incredible mental fortitude. I was so impressed that I forgot I'd left my briefcase on the floor. Same floor his blood gushed out onto.
Nice.
I know, Zach, I know. Now isn't the time for a trip down memory lane.
See, he hasn't forgotten that. Yeah. Evidence organization start.
An emergent drug that's been on the rise in 4 southern states. Personally, I think it originated right here in Louisiana. And Lise Clarkson's murder must be connected to it somehow. The 16-year-old girl who was murdered. Her body was found beneath a bridge over the bayou,
At the bio.
along with a strange altar. The powerful man who essentially controls the town of Lucare. And he seems to be more fearsome than your average gangster. I doubt he'll be willing to cooperate with any law enforcement, Zach.
Evidence organized.
You know, I keep thinking about that movie we stopped to see on our way here, Zach. The Island, 2005, directed by Michael Bay. For a movie being shown at a cinema complex, it was surprisingly artistic. An experimental setting mixed with hard-hitting drama.
You missed him talking about cat people again.
It was art house sci-fi. That director's going to change the history of art house films. Are you following me here? This is another special film that's setting a new standard, just like Star Wars and Blade Runner did. This is a turning point, Zach. You may be witnessing the birth of a vital new word that will soon become a part of film history. Yes, this single movie may be responsible for creating a whole new genre several years down the line. A genre known as island movies. I sure like the sound of that. Don't you, Zach?
Yes, he would. Careful of red, though. He who knocks. Quests updated. Link board has been updated.
Hey there, Chef. What's
Hey,
cooking?
Chef.
Chef, what are you talking about, sir? I'm the concierge, David. I just heard from our chef that you wish to learn the meaning behind our town's name.
Yes, I've gathered that Lucare is French, but does it have any special meaning?
Why, yes, sir, of course it does. A very clear, logical meaning. All names have meanings. Would you like to know what this one means?
Yes, I would.
Oh, the riddles.
Jolly good, sir. Then allow me to explain. Lucare means square in French.
Ah. And
That's it.
that's it?
Yes, that's it, sir. Do take a gander at the town map in the lobby if it fancies you. It's beautiful, valuable, and old. I'm sure you'll understand once you see it. Now, please excuse me, sir. If you ever need anything, please don't hesitate to ask.
Did you see that, Zach? That was clearly David. Not a twin, not a split personality, just the work of a true professional. It's bizarre, but I can understand it. Remember what they say, the job makes the man.
What is that in his room? So go down into the hotel lobby. I mean, that's every day, isn't it? Ah, we can still shave, that's nice. You know. Oh, we can now shower.
Do you feel that, Zach? Dozens of paintings no one will ever see. The faint scent of tobacco baked into these walls for over a century. Now that's what I call a hotel. Zack, can you see him? His fashion sense is beyond me, but he appears to be a gentleman. Perhaps we should talk to him. Nice tie. Did you buy it here?
It's been a long time since someone spoke to me. No one these days ever tries to see me.
They can see what's far in the distance, but are blind to what's in front of them. No. Maybe they're only pretending not to see. That's what civilized society does to people.
Exactly. Ever since mankind got their hands on civilization, they zoomed away at a frightening speed.
Yep. Painting
Zoomed
is
away
talking.
from what?
Don't be a fool. You know the answer. As for me, just call me Hoongan.
Hoongan. A title given to a leader in a certain religion. Is that what you are?
Do you comprehend the oracle?
I say nothing to that.
The Oracle. Put on your religion hat, Zack. Here we go.
Felton maidens, in the shrine of hunger, find the flying serpent in the ambiguous zero. Dance with the flying serpent, and you will glimpse the other world.
10 maidens and an ambiguous zero. Got it. But what do you mean by otherworld?
Follow the oracle.
Zack, did you hear all that? Looks like we've already taken our first step into chaos.
Yeah, only
But
after about an
such
hour
is
and a
our duty.
half.
We need to accept the chaos, let it inside, then carefully dismantle it piece by piece. And after we've put all the pieces back into their rightful places, the truth will reveal itself. Let's capture the truth and present it with a shiny pair of silver bracelets, Zack.
Bum, 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 bum. Right. Oh, we can buy coffee at something that's a much, much better. Soda in a can. Ooh. See, we're learning stuff. I want a cookie. I know, it's crazy, isn't it? Can we talk to people? No? Okay.
Zack, this is Lucare. I think I'm finally starting to understand what our concierge was trying to say. You can tell this town was built by a very methodical person. No, wait. Maybe they just didn't care, and that's why it ended up this way. It's just another symbol of mankind's obsession with molding nature to fit our own rules.
Map. has been unlocked.
Zach, what did you think of Hungun's oracle? Despite all the dramatic build-up, it's little more than a childish riddle. Heartwarming, really. Exactly the kind of feeling one gets from the good old-fashioned countryside. Now let's start by tracking down those 10 maidens. The oracle gave us a place and an act. We need to go to the Shrine of Hunger and fell 10 maidens. Now where in this town can one satiate their hunger? The hotel and where? And the 10 things that need to be knocked down. Simple, right? The
Let's
answer
go
is
to the
bowling.
diner.
The shape of the
What?
bowling pin was based on the feminine form. The
Was
10
it?
maidens are the 10 pins.
Oh.
But a place where someone can both eat and bowl at the same time. Alexis's Diner and Lane. This is it, Zach. There are even pins and a bowling ball on the sign. I bet we'll be able to eat some Cajun cuisine and bowl there. Maybe even both at the same time. Nice job, Zach. I knew you'd be able to find it. Now for the other oracle. There's no flying serpent on this map. Could it be a contrail or perhaps a dragon? I'm sure we'll find out later. First, let's just figure out where we need to go. Do you know what the ambiguous 0 represents? 0 is usually treated as a base number, but under what conditions would a base number be ambiguous? The answer is temperature, Zach. Yes. 0 degrees Fahrenheit is minus 17.7 degrees Celsius, and 0 degrees Celsius is the Clarkson Food Delivery Services
point of
cold
freezing.
storage warehouse. That's got to be it. Even with this blazing sun in the sky, they can easily keep the temperature below freezing. Be honest now, Zach. You knew the answer from the very start, didn't you? And how about that Hungan? What a mysterious character. His oracles may end up determining how much time we spend in this town.
Sorry, boss, but this is a smoke-free hotel. If you're dying of smoke, head out the entrance and you'll find a smoking area in the rear parking lot.
Don't tell me. You're the
At
bellboy.
your service, boss.
Are you good friends with the concierge and the chef?
We work at the same place, yeah. But, I can't really say whether we're good friends with each other. We're all professionals, though. Nothing more, nothing less.
How to save on an acting
I
budget.
believe we've struck gold here, Zach. It just screams deep south, actually. No, it doesn't. This is all his charm. So, if I want to smoke, I should go out the entrance and around to the rear parking lot?
Bada bing, bada boom.
Ah, Kelly Clarkson. Yeah.
Okay. I'll play by your rules.
So between 8 and 5. Ba-da-da-da. Okay, now we can talk to the bellboy.
Hey, boss. How can I be of service?
Hit your boss. That's just awful. wrong with this game? Right. Enough of being in the hotel. Should we go bowling first? I think we should. I think we should go bowling first. Well, let's stop for a smoke first, shall we?
Compared to non-smokers, smokers have a 4.7 times greater chance of getting lung disease. You know that means it's more likely than getting asbestos poisoning?
The risk of death from lung cancer is actually much lower than what you think it is. In fact, it's tiny when compared to heart disease, strokes, and pneumonia. We're always surrounded by easy ways to die, you know. Some people even get randomly struck by lightning and die right there on the spot.
Then I reckon you also know that secondhand smokers have 1.3 times greater the risk compared to smokers?
Of course.
So you won't mind paying the damages when I die of lung disease? How about writing that in a contract for me? You got a pen, right? I promise to protect you from all the evil in our world. Well, that's stupid. By the way, what's your name?
FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan. Please, just call me York. That's what everyone calls me.
Is something wrong with you? Adults ain't supposed to act like that. I only asked for your name so I can write it on the contract. You should have been able to figure that out if you're a real FBI agent like you said. Come on, sign here. Right here on the paper.
Only wanted
just as I thought, Zach. This contract paper, it's a Sang Rouge wrapper. Sang Rouge is here, too. This must mean that Sang Rouge is connected to the Lees Clarkson murder case somehow. This is a sprawling case that spread across the entire South. It's within our jurisdiction, Zach. We'll need to steal the right to investigate from the local authorities at once. By the way, miss, what's your name?
Patricia Woods. But I gotta write my name myself, or else it won't be a real signature.
Tell me, Patricia, does this town have a sheriff, or is it under the jurisdiction of the nearest city police?
Perfect timing. Well, go on and steal it if you want it. I was just thinking about how this is way out of my daddy's league.
Thank you for the information, Patricia. Okay, Zach, it's time to get to work. How should we seize control from the sheriff this time?
This time, as in you've done it before. So run, crouch. Gentleman, okay, yeah. Yeah.
Hey there. So, you're the fella from the FBI I've been hearing so much about. I'm Melvin.
Hello,
they call
Melvin.
me the sheriff round here.
How are you? I hope you're well and you're having a good day.
FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan? But call me York if you can. That's what everyone calls me.
Huh? Well, all right. Mr. York. How's that sound?
Fine by me.
I'm sure you figured this out, but our town's a small one. Yeah, folks are already busy spreading gossip about how some FBI agents come to town. Now, I reckon you came from the city. What was it? D.C., L.A., or New York? Anywho, in the city, it's normal not to know who your neighbor is. Fella who moves in next to you could cook up a dozen folks in his backyard and no one would bat an eye. That's the city for you. Now, I never lived in one myself.
True.
But I visited them a few times, so I know what it's like. All pigs must die in the city of wolves. Yeah! Now, does that sound badass or what?
I mean, I'll be honest, I was waiting for it to be David again.
I know, CLG. I'm just trying to make a little small talk, that's all. Anywho, round these parts, everyone knows each other's name. So lots of folks get leery when they see an étranger like you. And since it's my duty to protect the town, I thought I'd stop by and say hello.
Zach, it looks like this sheriff is quite the happy-go-lucky type. A clear indication of just how peaceful this town is. Melvin, about the Lise Clarkson case.
I knew you were here for that case. Can't put one past the FBI. So they even got eyes on the smallest of towns like us, huh? Our world is filled with information, and it's all within their grasp.
I like this guy.
FBI, the Federal Bureau of Investigation.
It's like cringe.
The Lise Clarkson case is connected to a top-secret case that we've...
I know. If you're fixing to take the lead, then go right ahead. I'm just the humble sheriff of a tiny little town. My jobs are to stop my neighbors from beating the piss out of each other and listen to old folks complain. Honestly, this whole murder case has been weighing me down. So I'm gonna give you my full cooperation, Mr. Special Agent, sir.
Well, Zach, that was anticlimactic. I didn't even get to use my secret weapon.
Don't pull out your secret weapon.
Melvin, there's a cold storage warehouse on the southern end of town, isn't there? I'd like to get permission to enter it.
Say what?
You want to see where the body's being kept, right?
Oh, I get it now. Lisa's body, yeah. Now, that's what I call a special agent. You already figured that much out. But, I'm not too sure that, going down there at this point is really gonna help much, you know?
Explain it yourself, Daddy.
That's incredible. I don't believe this. Amazing. Did you hear that, Zach? They put the body in a cold storage warehouse. This is fantastic. Insanely fantastic.
Really? Well, how about that? Well, all right then. I'll head on down to the warehouse ahead of you and make sure we get permission to search it.
Sounds good.
The management company only keeps the warehouse open during certain hours, so you'll have to come during those hours. I ain't looking to create any further disturbances. So be on time. Got it? Come on, let's roll, CLG.
I'm gonna walk home, Daddy. I still got another stop to make.
Oh, if you say so, sweetie. She's a real sharp one, as you can see, so I try to stay out of her way. Well, all right then, York. I'll see you at the warehouse.
It could be David has delegated all police roles to the force of Melvin's. Maybe. I don't know.
Hey, you. You ain't secretly cutting kids up and sticking them into jars while you work as an FBI agent on the surface, are you? Or using your FBI connections to sell kids to child trafficking organizations?
No.
I've arrested people who've done both, but I've never engaged in either of those activities myself. Of course, I have imagined doing such things in order to learn more about the psychology of the criminals I deal with.
It was just a joke. Why are you getting all serious?
Yeah.
And don't tell me what you imagine, or else I'll get scared of you for real.
Well, maybe if you get scared of us for real, you'll fuck off and not bother us.
Hey, can I come with you? You
No.
signed a contract with me, remember? And besides, I'm kind of worried about my daddy.
Do whatever you like. This is America, land of the free. But I have one condition.
What condition?
Don't ask me about Zach. It's a private matter. Zach, it feels like she's carrying something with her. Kind of reminds me of you back when we first met. I can't leave her alone like this. You feel the same way, don't you?
No. I was going to the main waypoint there, but it stopped me again. Oh my god. Yeah, you made your pleasure and comfort. Yes, he is. Welcome to our transport, Michael.
Michael called you a strange name. CLG, I think. What exactly does that mean?
Clever little girl. That's what it stands for, at least.
There you
It's
go,
nice
Michael.
that he made up his own nickname for me and all, but it sounds kind of weird. I wish he'd call me something normal, like just Patricia.
Well, I mean, I could call you a CLB if you really want.
Patty, is something wrong?
I got something to say.
Oh, God.
When I first met you in the hotel parking lot, you mentioned Saint Rouge, right? If you want to find it, maybe you should track down Professor R.
Professor R.
He's a pirate.
Yeah. Professor R owns the jazz bar on the other side of the bayou.
How do you know that?
Because.
Because, huh? Interesting.
Yeah. Great. Okay, someone in the general's popped up then. Ah, lovely.
10 maidens, Zack. Let's topple their hourglass figures and complete this oracle once and for all.
Oh, my lord. I don't believe I've seen you around here before. Sorry, honey, but you can't smoke in here.
Look at the surname.
Since you're with Patricia, I'm guessing you're some friend of Melvin's.
He's Agent York from the FBI. This is Alexis, the owner of this restaurant. I'm helping out Agent York in his investigation. We signed a contract.
Oh, my lord. Well, ain't that something?
I'm FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan. Please, call me York. Everyone's always called me that.
Oh, my lord. Well, that's got to be the strangest introduction I've ever heard. No wonder everyone in town's been talking about you.
I want a chocolate sundae, but no cherries. I want 2 wafers instead. Don't put too many Rice Krispies on it. Oh, but don't scrimp on the chocolate syrup either.
Oh, my lord. And what'll it be for you, honey?
Alexis, are these photos of the town?
Oh, you like my pictures? My hobby's collecting snapshots of what our town used to be like. So whenever someone gives me an old picture, I just put it up here on display. Our world these days feels a bit cold to me, you know? Just thought it'd be nice to help folks remember what it was like in the good old days.
Zack, did you hear that? The good old days. Even in a remote town that's already far behind the times, there are still people who yearn for the past.
She told me what was going on, you know.
What?
Lise, you don't need to try and hide it from me, honey. Last time she came here, she told me all about it. Some odd fella was following her around, stalking her like.
What kind of fellow?
She said he had a really tall shadow.
How tall?
As tall as an oak tree.
Did that ring any bells for you?
Sadly, it didn't. I know just about everyone in this here town, but I ain't never seen a man who stands that tall. Maybe it really was an oak tree and she just mistook it for someone. Sometimes the silhouettes of them trees with lots of Spanish moss hanging down make me feel a little funny too.
I don't think so, Alexis. Lise said the shadow was following her, correct? That means she must have been stalked by a man as tall as an oak tree. If she had only mistaken an oak tree for a person, she wouldn't have described it that way. She might have said,
It felt like a crowd of people was staring at me.
Yes, exactly. She certainly wouldn't have talked about being followed by someone. Thank you, Patty. Zack, this data is all very intriguing, but it isn't the answer we're looking for. We came to knock down the 10 maidens, remember?
Oh, yeah! Booyah! Oh, I got a turkey!
Truly mesmerizing, Zack. This is why I never tire of small-town investigations. Same goes for you, right? Excuse me, ma'am.
Oh, howdy, stranger. My, you're a handsome one. You came out here from the city, didn't you? I can always spot you city folk from a mile away.
I'm FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan. Would you mind calling me York, ma'am?
Oh, so you are from the FBI. I thought as much. So sophisticated. Well, my horoscope in the paper today told me I'd be meeting someone new. And those horoscopes never miss. They're the real deal. Well, one even predicted when I'd bowl my first perfect game. Oh, no! Oh, could you stand a bit closer to me? Whew, that was a close one. If you move any further that way, you'll cast a shadow over the lane. Well, the sheriff did that once, and something horrible happened. The next time I bowled, I got a gutter ball.
Oh, no.
First time in 12 years. I was mortified. And I am going to make sure nothing like that ever happens again. In our world, some routines lead to good things, while others only lead to the bad. So, you mustn't ever cast a shadow over the lane. Is that understood?
Let's go bowling, yep.
It's her routine, Zach. Understand? Just like us and coffee. Incidentally, ma'am, would you mind letting me use this lane too? I'm investigating the Lise Clarkson murder case. And I need to topple 10 maidens, no matter what it takes.
No, absolutely not. Not even the FBI can take my lane from me. I haven't given it up once ever since my husband passed away over a decade ago. I'll never break my promise to him.
But...
Now, if you'll excuse me... Ooh, you like that? That's what I'm talking about. Who's your mama?
Zach, it looks like negotiations have failed. Now I'm afraid we have no choice but to force her to let us use her bowling lane. Yes, I know. I won't do anything illegal.
Right. I'm just going to pause it there because it's something that I need to look at just quickly. So I'm going to be right back. I'm going to do this. Yeah, look out, this is going to the bowling lane. Yeah. Okay, so it's that bit. Okay. There we go. Sorry about that. I just had to... So I just had to do a quick couple of messages. That was all. How about a game of bowling then?
Excuse me, Mrs. Carpenter?
Kind of what I was expecting, but kind of not as well.
Stop! Not now! Can't you see I'm already in my bowling stance? What, are you blind? Holy mother of bowling balls, let me pick up this split. Holy mother of bowling balls, let me pick up this split.
Yeah. Again, for awareness of people who do stream. That was Universal Credit asking, "What is Twitch?"
Stance. Oh,
Yeah, holy mother of
always
bowling
works on a
balls.
split. Oh, yeah, never fails.
Zach, our new friend, appears to be a very superstitious lady. We should try and utilize this trait of hers in order to gain access to the lane for a bit. That was an amazing shot, Mrs. Carpenter. In fact, it may have been the most amazing shot I've ever seen. Speaking of which, where did you happen to find all those neat little items? The ones you used to help you bowl that split just now.
Ooh, you got a keen eye there, Mr. Special Agent. Taking a liking to my collection, have you?
Oh yes, a great liking.
I buy all my charms and power stones from Erzuli Frida.
Erzuli Frida.
Yes, it's a mystical establishment run by the Mirror.
Yeah.
The Mirror.
If you're interested, I can mark it on your map for you.
I told him to refer to my file when I was on income support. Before I swapped over to that.
Zach, this is it. Erzuli Frida. There must be a treasure trove of dubious trinkets on sale there.
Okay.
We may even be able to find something capable of changing her mind. It really feels like we're in the deep south now, doesn't it?
It does. Shall we see where we can find this, Frida? I don't know, it's been one of those days, really. Again, trying days.
I thought you came here to bowl.
Yes, I did.
Then why are you leaving? You gave up on trying to convince Mrs. Carpenter to let you play?
No, Patty, neither Zach nor I have given up on anything. We're just going to stop by Erzuli Frida.
Erzuli Frida? What do you want with that place?
What do you know about it, Patty?
It's a dumb store that sells stupid voodoo charms and even stupider souvenirs. No one who actually lives here would ever be caught dead there. Daddy even told me to steer clear of it.
And why is that?
'Cause they sell guns?
You mean Erzuli Frida is a gun shop?
It's kinda like a gun shop and a voodoo shop had a baby.
A voodoo shop? Thank you, Patty. You just helped me make up my mind. We're going to use the power of voodoo to help us steal the right to use that lane.
Who do? You do. You do what? Run me the babe. Yeah, okay. I was doing that. Yeah, so we're on our way to there. And then we'll head down to here. Once we've done this, you know, once we've got that. What the heck?
A voodoo shop. It's a voodoo shop.
Just looks like a dumb souvenir shop to me.
Of course it does, Patty. You're much too young to understand the true value of such a place.
This is all kid stuff. It's just a bunch of charms. I'm allowed to watch TV and go on the internet, but I ain't allowed in here? My daddy makes no sense sometimes. You agree, right, Agent York? This is all just kid stuff.
Look at this, Zack. All the mysticism of the Deep South gathered up into one quaint little shop.
Oh, how quaint.
This is 100 times more exciting than the FBI evidence vault. It's a vast treasure chest. So much to study, so much to learn.
Quaint.
Thou art a seeker, and I see the object of thy desire. Doth this be what thou seekest?
The mirror.
I could sell it to thee now, and only now. Surely fortune shall not bless thee with another chance. Purchase this, and know that thy wishes shall be granted.
That's crazy. Even I can tell you're getting cheated, Agent York.
I disagree, Patty. This person can be trusted. I've been studying people for quite a while, so I can tell. That figurine is connected to our future.
My price is true. What say thee?
Okay, I will buy it. I could have done that without asking having for a quest update. Wait.
I'll buy it.
Thou art a man of refined taste. I am loath to part with it, but 'twould be a fool's errand to keep it from such a keen-eyed soul.
What's wrong with you? No normal person would ever buy a piece of junk like that. Not even at a garage sale.
Marvelous, isn't it, Zack? What a treasure. I can't wait to use it.
Use it? Where? How?
Isn't it obvious, Patty? I'm going to put it in front of Mrs. Carpenter's house.
In front of her house?
Yes. I'm sure this figurine will stop her right in her tracks. And that'll give us a chance to finally topple the 10 maidens.
Are you serious?
Of course I am. And so is Zach. Aren't you?
I'm seriously wondering if I should quit helping you out with this.
Yes, please do, so you go away. Right, so we can't do that yet, that's fine. What was that? Oh, I was trying to...
Whoa.
That was close.
I was trying to actually use that bit so I could see what that was
Look
probably.
at you, all standing there like you're expecting me to apologize. Huh, it's your fault for not paying attention. What?
Got a moment?
Can't say I do. I'm in a hurry here.
I won't take up too much of your time. I'd just like to ask you a few questions.
I said I'm in a hurry, Peckerwood. Now get out of my way.
Patty, who is that?
Kalina Clarkson. PJ Clarkson's second daughter, and Lisa's mother.
Zach, we've found ourselves a Clarkson.
No, she's not here. My dolly. She's not here. My dolly isn't here.
One of the key persons in this case just came out of the woodwork to meet us. Now things are really getting interesting. Isn't that right, Zach?
No, it's not right. You're wrong. Right. Let me just read this first. Thank you. Okay, find a spot where it's below zero. So place the alligator figurine. Yeah, where she's home. This. Right, so we can create a voodoo chart. Right, okay, that's what I was wanting to see. Let's do that now.
Verily, much shall serve thee well here.
Charms can help out you out in various ways. Okay, so boost bullet and elemental effects. Boost skateboard abilities. Oh, wow. Boost your performance in mini games. Equipment at the altar. Which is why it's in the room. That's the altar. Physical abilities, physical abilities. Alright, we can't create any yet because we don't have cloth and stuff. Okay, that's fine.
I can see it. Thou hath dis...
My dolly's missing. I'm not going to do the accent, that's horrible. So her dolly might be at the bowling alley. But we can't go to there yet because we need to put that outside our house. It's not 10 o'clock till 6 a.m. yet, so what we can do now is go to the warehouse. The warehouse is there, so that's where we're going to go. Ba-dum-bum. Where's our house? No, that'll be there. The Clarkson Manor. So it might be there, actually. That may be a house, but we'll see. See him dancing away while he's on the skateboard. Cute music. Da 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 da. Hello, Melvin.
Mr. York, that was mighty quick. The special agent does it again. You sure don't waste any time. I bet my CLG's got a lot to learn from you. By the way, Mr. York, looks to me like you aren't packing anything.
Hey, it's just the way the trousers hang, all right?
I was on vacation in New Orleans before I happened to stop by here.
Well, shoot, that won't do. Here, I got something I think you'll like. I call him Mr. Alligator. Badass, ain't he? It's a tranquilizer gun for the gators.
Wow. And a radio.
And here's a radio. With this, you won't have to worry about any expensive roaming fees.
Okay.
Might take you a while to get used to him, but you'll get it.
10-4, over.
Try letting them rip a few times. Ain't no need to hold back out here.
Da, 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 da. Oh, at least the guns, you know, guns bit's correct for it. The aiming stuff. Yeah, down with those roaming fees.
Now, this is an intriguing weapon. For a tranquilizer gun, it really packs a punch. But I'm afraid I'll decline. After all, this town is peaceful, isn't it?
Well, sure it's peaceful. At least the humans are. But the animals, are a different story. Remember what I named it? There are some real mean-ass gators out there in the swamps. And every now and then, they wander into town. One of them even went and ate a kid once. It happened a long time ago, but still, one chomp's all it takes. They swallow down every last bit of you. Poor kid's parents didn't even know what to put in his coffin. The worst part is, that taught the gators just how tasty we humans are. So now, those suckers just attack on sight. Man-eating crocodiles will feast tonight. In Blood Swamp!
You know he's fibbing, right? Gators don't attack folks. I never heard about no kid getting swallowed by a gator.
Actually, Patricia, you're wrong.
I'm what?
Alligators do attack people, and it could happen in any town.
Huh?
Alligator, 1980.
Uh-oh.
Directed by Louis Teague. It takes place in the Midwest, I believe. A teenage girl's pet alligator gets flushed down the toilet. Then, in the sewer, it feeds on the corpses of dogs that were used as test subjects for an experimental growth formula. After growing over 30 feet, it finally starts to go after humans. It's an extremely edifying movie. Back when I first saw it, I had a pet hamster.
Hey, Agent York. What's your first order of business? You're in charge now, remember?
Well said, Patricia. I nearly lost sight of my true goal. Melvin, I couldn't help but notice the name on the side of that truck. This facility is connected to the victim, isn't it?
Oh, right. Yeah. I reckon I better start from there. I'm gonna tell it to you straight right from the beginning, Mr. York. As you guessed, this warehouse is run by the Clarksons. The victim's father, Danny Clarkson, is the one who manages the whole place. Okay, but why did he choose to store her body in his own warehouse, right?
That's a good question.
Well, that's because there ain't no other place to store it. Our town has a clinic inside a church, but no more. Whenever someone kicks the bucket, we just bury him in the graveyard right outside of town. But not this time. We got a murder on our hands this time. We need to give Lisa's body an autopsy and keep it stored, right? So we had no choice but to rent out a corner of this warehouse.
I see. So that's what led to the ingenious choice to store the victim's body in a facility that her family owns.
Anywho, this is where the real story begins. Truth is, a few days before you got here, Lisa's body went missing.
Missing?
Yeah. All of a sudden, poof.
Did you leave the warehouse unlocked?
I most certainly did not. I locked the whole place up and made sure no one could get inside. No one stole the original key, and I couldn't find any fingerprints at the scene.
So, in other words, this is a locked room mystery.
It didn't. Alligator 2 didn't. So it's a completely different film.
The body of a beautiful young girl walks at mid... Hey! All right, CLG. Reckon I should have told you about this earlier when you first said you wanted to come here. It just didn't seem like the time or place as I remember. Anywho, how about we call it a day and head back to my office? You can go through all the files there.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
I bet you did.
This is what I came to investigate.
But Lisa's body isn't here anymore. You sure?
Yep.
That doesn't bother me one bit, Melvin. You see, I met a skeletal gentleman on my way here, and he was kind enough to give me an oracle.
And that sounds like the most sane thing in the world.
You holding up okay, CLG? Sure you don't want to wait outside?
I'll be fine, Daddy. Just make sure you don't take your eyes off of him. He's so selfish and inconsiderate. I'm still not convinced he's actually a real FBI agent. Look, he's talking to himself again.
Zach, this is the ambiguous zero, the deep freeze. Let's hurry up and find that flying serpent, shall we?
Well, we did that. See, now I'm wondering during the thing that you... Oh, toolbox, yeah, that's fine, whatever. Rubber bullets, rubber bullets, rubber bullets, rubber bullets, first aid, yeah, okay. cold be gone. I don't need to buy anything else yet. We save it so far.
This place always gives me goosebumps, no matter how many times I come here.
Yes, it's quite the fun house. Truly a dazzling place. Meat entertainment. That's the only way to describe it. Woven together by life, frozen in time, a visceral, musical...
Symphony. We eat all this in order to survive.
Yes, truly a symphony. Life and death resonating together.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Cool? Whoa now, CLG. Since when were you interested in this kind of stuff?
What are you so surprised for, Daddy? I'm more mature than you are. I've seen way more realistic corpses on CSI, you know.
Oh, man.
At first, Zach, I was shocked by the notion of storing a victim's body alongside food. But as I gaze upon this hanging garden, I realize it's just another scene of violent, depraved murder. Yes. All we need to do is change our point of view, and things will expose themselves in utterly new ways.
So now we're looking for... Can we regain it though? I mean, it's nice you got phones in every area, isn't
Melvin,
it?
I'd like to take this opportunity to ask you a personal question. In the hotel parking lot, when I first met you, the picture you had on your dashboard happened to catch my eye. Was that your wife?
Oh, her? Yeah, that's my lady, all right. Candy. Her name's Candy. The prettiest girl in town, which makes me the happiest boy. A shooting star landed in a rural town, right on top of a man who now has a meteor struck hard.
You always keep her photo with you?
You bet I do. The truth is, Candy's a little sick right now. She can't even leave the house no more, so I always keep her photograph with me. Kinda feels like we're always together, you know?
I see. You care for your wife a great deal.
Aw.
But this means that...
Yeah, that's right. My mama had me before she married Daddy.
And? So she's eye candy then, yes.
But it don't matter. He's still my real daddy to me.
Oh, thank you, CLG. And you're my pride and joy.
Well, Zach, isn't this a heartwarming scene? But there's one thing I just can't get out of my mind. Don't you think that photograph looked a bit too old? Perhaps Candy is already... No, let's not think about that. It might be a private matter, just like you, Zach.
There's things in this place we need to collect. Boy, my stamina's a bit shit there, weren't it? I am crouching, look. Right, so that was just an area that you can find to look at. Okay. Okay, there was stuff down there, but I couldn't get to it. Can't push anything. Can't go out that door. No way around there. But can he climb? Ha! That crime scene.
Here we are, Zach. The morgue. They stored the victim's body in a cold storage warehouse operated by her family. I'd love to shake the hand of whoever came up with that one.
Hey, Agent York. Did you just come here to laugh at rural officers who are doing the best they can? We don't have any special facilities like you people. What else did you expect us to do, huh? Don't compare us with city folk. This is Lucare. Or maybe you're just disappointed that you didn't get to see the bloated, decomposing corpse of a young girl.
Sorry, you're right. I went a bit too far just now. But don't misunderstand. I honestly think it's a fantastic idea. I'd never try and bully your daddy.
Better not.
Thank you for understanding.
Inspection start.
Zach, these are human footprints, and they're extremely large.
Bigfoot.
Yes, Zach, I agree. These footprints must belong to someone who's used to walking around in cold temperatures. This frost is shaped like something we're very used to seeing. That's right, a body bag. Lisa's body must have been left here.
That sounded very much like an educational program for kids there, didn't it? Yes, I managed to pre-order it. I will be getting it hopefully tomorrow. So we'll be playing through that.
But there are no signs that the bag was dragged away. So our criminal must possess monstrous strength.
Oh.
Zach, can you see that? Look closely. That's right. There are 4 imprints in the frost on the top of this. It's hard to believe, but I think these are fingerprints. Yes, Zach, that would lead one to believe that the body napper is a giant who's over 10 feet tall.
Lovely.
Seems like our flying serpent isn't here. Is this everything, Melvin? There aren't any other rooms in this warehouse? No special rooms?
Well, there is the luxury foods warehouse.
Luxury foods? Why didn't you say so earlier?
Yeah, exactly.
Just thought you wanted to see where the body... I just thought you were only interested in warehouse number 2. Besides, it's underground, so it's even colder than this. You sure you really want to go down there? You could darn well freeze to death. All life will come to an end in the icebound zone.
Fuck you now. So we've got someone who loves movies and another who talks in like trailers.
You feel me?
Let's head there at once. I'm sure that must be where we're meant to go.
But what about searching for Lisa's body?
All we need to do is find a 10-foot tall man with monstrous strength. That giant knows where she is.
10 foot tall?
But finding the flying serpent is more important right now. Now please, guide me to the luxury foods warehouse at once.
Guide me to the foods.
These luxury foods are most likely being used in local Cajun cuisine. I'm so excited to see what we'll find. Aren't you, Zach?
There was stuff in here. Yeah. Well, I mean, you saw the end of the of number 1, didn't you?
All right. Now that one's gotta be a joke, right, Mr. York?
I never joke about my work.
That elevator needs a key, Mr. York.
Have you got one?
Do you have one?
Actually, no. I didn't think you'd ever want to go down there. So I didn't bother to go and get one.
Well, then would you go and get one now?
Yeah. CLG, I know. I'll tell it to him straight.
Oh, dear.
Thing is, Mr. York, you know the Clarksons? The folks who own this place?
Yeah, what's the reasoning?
They don't too much like the police.
I'm not the police, I'm the FBI.
They sure as hell don't like them when they're my color.
Oh, they're racist. Oh, okay.
It was real hard for me to get permission to open up this place for you to search through. So they ain't gonna be too happy if I go back to them now, asking for another key.
What should we do then?
Let's just find a worker here who can lower the elevator for us instead. All they need to do is take a break from their work for a couple minutes.
And what am I supposed to do? Just stand here and pretend like nothing's happening?
Yeah, you FBI folks are good at that, right? That's always what I see you doing on TV.
Well, go on then, Melvin. Get a key. We'll get
The elevator
elevator.
won't move without a key, mister. Think you two can go and figure something out? I'll search around here in the meantime. I believe in you. I know they didn't make you a special agent for nothing.
Oi, mister. Oh, now we can push this. Good. Good, I'll pull it.
Zach, I think we can move this. Better check back here as well, just to be on the safe side.
Actually, no. Actually, no, that's fine, yeah. Bam, 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 bam. Right, okay, I would normally be able to crouch under there if I can move that, but I can't, so... Unless, of course, I do this. I see things, I do them with my eyes, I see things. It's like being in Shenmue, isn't it?
Zach, the human ability to adapt is a frightening thing. Some humans have the power to sleep anywhere as long as they set their minds to it.
And with it cold, you know, hypothermia. But... what can we buy? Oh, same shit. Okay, that's fine.
Now we should be able to operate the elevator. No need to worry. This facility no longer has a body to steal. What else do they have to lose? A few cans of crawfish? I feel bad for him, but it's for the sake of the investigation. I'll write him a letter of apology later.
Aww.
Mr. York, did you find a key? Ha! Now that's my special agent. There ain't no stopping you. Want to head straight down?
You bet. Let's sally forth, Melvin.
Let's sally forth.
Zach, look at that thermometer. 0 degrees Fahrenheit, or minus 17.7 degrees Celsius. This is the ambiguous zero.
Do you know we've had a...
Hey, Avery! Can't you hear me?
Thank you, Melvin. Thank you for interrupting us. I was about to talk to my chat.
Open the damn door, Avery! It ain't no use, Mr. York. Once Avery starts working on something, that's all he sees. He just tunes out everything else. We'll have to wait until he finishes and comes out to us, I reckon. Or we could come back tomorrow.
I disagree, Melvin. Time may be on our side, but that doesn't mean we should waste it. You gave me Mr. Alligator precisely for moments like these, didn't you?
Wait, Mr. York! Those tranquilizers may be non-lethal, but it's still dangerous to use them on humans.
Of course, Melvin. I never said I was going to shoot him.
You're gonna shoot some meat to get his attention. I'm right, ain't I?
Yes, yes you are. Anyway, what I was going to say, chat, was, you know what we haven't heard so far in this game? I don't want to die. Yeah, it's a euphemism if I've ever heard it. What is it about bots wanting to send me messages on the Instagram?
This is Mr. York, an agent from the FBI.
Hi, Avery. I'm Special Agent Francis York Morgan. Please, call me York.
York, you a smarty pants, huh?
Yeah, smarty pants.
He's shyer than he looks. Come on, just settle down, Avery. Tell him what this here place is for.
Lots of expensive food here. Mighty precious to the Clarksons, so I gotta guard it.
I see. So you're this area's keeper?
Oh, I help with the research, too.
Look how big he is.
I do like research.
Research?
Europe?
What are you talking about, Avery? This doesn't look like a lab to me.
Oh, ain't no lab. It's a warehouse. Ain't no lab. Smarty pant scientist does the research. I ain't no smarty pants, you know.
I don't know how I could have told
slow
that
in
one.
the mind, but he ain't a bad guy. Oh, your story about the giant who carried Lisa out. Don't tell me you think it's him. I mean, it's true that he's free to come and go as he pleases in this warehouse, but...
No, as far as I can tell, he's just a bit over 6'5". The one who moved Lisa's body must be at least 10 feet tall. He's clearly too short.
Too short, huh? Well, if you ever happen to find a man who makes him look small, I'd sure like to meet him.
Lise.
Hey, cut it out!
Lise? Why?
Avery, that's not Lise.
Not Lise?
This is Melvin's daughter.
Ladder, yeah, you know.
And my precious assistant. Unfortunately, Elise is no longer with us.
Lise! Lise! My fault! My fault!
I guess he's sort of like Lise, you know? See, the poor fella's got himself a childlike mind. You know how normal kids tease other kids in order to get attention? Well, with this big lug, sometimes folks who don't know him too well see something and end up calling the police. But I know that deep down, he's got a good heart. Hey, Mr. York, I'll keep him busy, but I'd appreciate it if you'd hurry this particular inspection along. Just holler at me if you find anything. I reckon that'll make it easier for you to go do your thing, yeah?
Melvin, I think you're finally starting to catch on. Hung alligators. I suppose in a way they sort of look like flying serpents. But that's pushing it. Remember, we're in a dark basement here. They'll never reach the sky.
How will you find the basement? You're in a dark... Wait, no.
Avery, this box looks special.
Clarkson food, for their home.
Melvin, is this the Clarksons' family crest?
Oh, the dragonfly? Yeah, that's the Clarksons' mark, all right. Ain't no big deal, though. You can find those all over town.
Is that so?
Well, yeah. They pretty much run all of this town's major industries. Yeah, I do believe they own just about everything there is to own. So their word is law. They got the whole darn town tattooed with their dragonflies. Can't even walk a few steps without seeing one.
Zach, this dragonfly is our flying serpent. The flying serpent owns this town. They're related to Lise Clarkson, our victim. And Hungan's oracle pointed us toward their family crest. The Clarksons must be deeply intertwined with this case. Melvin, Patricia, I think I've had enough of this frozen world. Let's head back out to that merciless sun. Well, what are you waiting for? I can't bear to spend another second down here.
Okay then, this is going about as well as I expected.
Whew. So, what do we do now, Mr. York?
Well, we wait till 10 o'clock.
Zach and I will take things from here.
You gotta head off. No worries, dude. I'll be back tonight, 10 p.m. for some more of this.
What should I do?
Tend to your sick wife? I don't know. You're free to do as you please.
Exactly.
I'll stop by the sheriff's office when I need your help again.
I suppose
I'll
that's what I'll do.
myself so I can get some food.
It'll sure make Candy happy. But I am the sheriff of this town, so I do intend to get some work done. I know. How about I search for Lisa's body while you're busy?
Yes.
Not a bad idea. Just be careful that you don't get attacked by a barefooted giant.
Hey, don't scare me like that. Why do you keep talking about that giant anyway? You really think some giant was responsible for all this?
Melvin, don't be silly. Of course I do. Just when I thought you were starting to catch on. Disappointing, to say the least.
But how can you be so sure? I want to see some proof.
Proof number one. The footprints that led up to where Lisa's body originally was were made with bare feet. None of the prints looked similar to those of common insulated boots, and the arches of the feet were visible. The person who carried out Lisa's body must have had very large feet. I'd say they were at least 16 inches. Proof number two. I found fingerprints on the cord of one of the hanging lights in the warehouse. The fingerprints weren't aimed up from below. They were coming directly from the side. Clearly, the giant moved the light because it was in his way. He pinched the cord with his fingers.
Or two people standing on each other.
Proof number three. There was nothing else found in the vicinity where Lisa's body was stored. This means the giant carried her out without dragging her across the floor. But there's only one set of footprints. The only conclusion I can draw from this evidence is that a barefooted giant standing over 10 feet tall, carried Lisa's body out. That concludes the entirety of my proof. Any objections, Melvin?
But there ain't no way a human could ever be that tall.
Have you seen every human alive with your own eyes? Well then, you need to forget all your preconceived notions when embarking on an investigation. Whether you come face to face with a 10-foot giant or a skeletal gentleman, you always need to accept everything that comes to you with a clear mind. Do that, and eventually the truth will reveal itself to you. You're a smart kid, I'm sure you understand.
Well, I'll be damned. I'm sorry I ever doubted you, Mr. FBI Special Agent, sir. A sharp eye and flawless observational skills. Uncovering the truth with a heady intuition. I won't ever question you again. Heck,
God damn.
I'll do whatever you say.
That's it, Melvin. I'm glad you finally caught on. Okay, time to go, Patty. You know this town well, so I'd like you to accompany me from now on.
Patty?
Okay, right, so...
Zach, we found the flying serpent. Now we simply need to locate the 10 maidens. It's time to head on to Alexis's Diner and Lane.
Well, we did that. Let's see if we can wait around then. Because it's like still only 9:32 in the morning. Past the graveyard. I mean, there must be something here if the actual, you know, the mission point is there. Molehill or something. Oh, okay. Hey, look, squirrels. I was going to shoot a squirrel, but I thought, nah, it's not bothering me.
Looks like a case of bad timing, Zach. Let's come back later.
That looks like a house then. Ah, it's a telephone. Cool.
Bad timing, Zach. We need to place the figurine in front of her house. Let's come back later.
smoke later. Oh, I keep pressing the wrong bloody button. Okay, right, okay. Wow, that lasts only an hour. There's what, 10 hours? Oh man, I have no cigarettes. I'm gonna have to go to a shop. But that's where we need to be. Sheriff's Department, church, Clark's bit there. Ooh. Let's go to there then. She even has bowling pins as the hedges. So many cars, no one driving. Now this is also taking the time up, so you know. Buy some more here. No, we can't buy any more there. Nothing there. Oh. Red shadows away.
By the way, Patty, what do you usually do when you're at home?
Is this an interrogation?
Oh, no. I just figured that since we're working together now, it'd be a good idea to learn a little more about you.
Should an adult male like you really be asking a little girl this kind of question? Feel like I heard a story about this sort of thing on the news once.
Yep.
There's a time and a place for everything. You know exactly who I am. And I've also introduced myself to your father. Besides, you're the one who said you wanted to come with me.
I was just kidding, jeez. You're an FBI special agent. Why would I ever need to worry?
You shouldn't automatically trust someone just because they're an FBI special agent. One's profession and one's personality are completely separate things. For example, one special agent may fall spiritually in love with a genius criminal who enjoys the taste of human flesh.
That's Hannibal. You pulled that straight out of a movie.
Just because it's a film doesn't mean it isn't deeply rooted in reality. You can't judge people solely based on where they work or how they look. You need to think hard and decide things for yourself.
Fine.
So allow me to ask you this. How do you feel about me?
I don't know. I only just met you.
Exactly. Now it sounds like you're thinking. You should never feel the need to force an answer out or pretend like you know something you don't. Zach, she's a good kid, isn't she? Honest and straightforward.
Oh, wait, there's one thing I can say.
Oh. What?
When you talk to yourself like that, it really creeps me out. Did you start doing that after you became an adult? Or have you just always done it? Either way, you should stop doing it. It's really weird and, makes me wince whenever I hear it.
Ooh, Zach, did you hear that? No need to worry. Neither of us are weird, I can assure you of that. She's probably just having trouble finding the right word to describe us. No, I think I'll stop there. Wouldn't want her to think we're getting desperate.
Like I said, it's really creeping me out.
Let's see if we can... Wait, what's this round? I didn't put the marker there, I put the marker here. That's where I put the waypoint. Yeah, okay, let's buy another one. But that's where we'll save it, chat. We will save it and we'll continue this later. And we may even see some red shadows that may go, I don't want to die. You never know. But yeah, thank you everybody for joining us this afternoon. If you liked, if you talked, either way, thank you very much. I'll see you next time. When I can find the ending screen. But anyway, I will see you later. 10 PM. Catch you later.